The rain had started before dawn, steady and cold, washing the base yard in a dull gray haze. Cadet Lina Faris shivered as she hurried across the gravel, her boots sinking into puddles. She wasn't supposed to be out, at least not in the commander's quarters. But that morning, everything had gone wrong. The laundry clerk had mixed up uniforms again, and instead of her standard cadet fatigues, Lina had found a crisp, starched uniform marked Commander H. Arden neatly folded on her bunk. It smelled faintly of jet fuel and cologne, clean, sharp, commanding. She knew she should return it immediately. But the inspection siren had already sounded, and her own uniform was soaked and unwearable. Just for 1 hour, she muttered, slipping the jacket over her shoulders. It fit perfectly. The moment she stepped outside, heads turned. Officers paused mid-step, soldiers saluted, and she felt something strange, a weight of respect, of authority she'd never known. Her heart thudded. For once, no one barked orders at her. Instead, they stepped aside. She made it halfway across the yard before a deep voice stopped her cold. "Commander Arden, I wasn't expecting you at this hour." Lina froze. It was General Matthews, the man every recruit feared. Her throat went dry. Sir, she stammered, but the words wouldn't come. Matthews nodded approvingly. "That's the attitude I like, inspect before the storm. Follow me." Before she could protest, he was already walking toward the hangars, expecting her to follow. Lina's pulse raced as she trailed behind him, clutching the coat tighter around her. Inside, a team of pilots stood at attention beside a damaged aircraft. The general gestured toward the smoldering jet. "Commander, you trained with the new simulator team, didn't you? I want your assessment." Her mind went blank, but then something unexpected stirred inside her, a spark of knowledge. Months of studying schematics late into the night, secretly watching flight drills she wasn't authorized to join. She stepped closer to the jet, tracing the torn metal with trembling fingers. The stabilizer failed, she heard herself say. Too much pressure on the port side intake. If they'd adjusted 5 degrees lower, the system wouldn't have overheated. Silence. Every eye in the hangar was on her. Matthews blinked. "Exactly. How did you?" She swallowed hard. "Just observation, sir." He stared at her a moment longer, then smiled. "Sharp eye, Commander. Report to my office after lunch. I think I've underestimated your department." When he left, the pilots whispered among themselves, wondering how the quiet cadet had impressed the general. Lina stood frozen, the rain still dripping from her hair, realizing the impossible. One borrowed uniform had opened a door she'd only dreamed of. And for the first time in her life, she didn't want to take it off. She had no idea that what began as a mistake would soon uncover her hidden brilliance, and change her future forever. Lina sat outside General Matthews' office, her heart pounding so hard she could feel it in her fingertips. The commander's uniform, still on her shoulders, felt heavier now. The thrill of earlier had faded into dread. Every tick of the clock on the wall sounded like a countdown to disaster. A passing officer nodded respectfully. "Commander Arden," he said, and she managed a weak nod in return. Her stomach twisted. If anyone discovered the truth, that she was just a cadet who'd borrowed a uniform by mistake, her career would be over before it began. The door opened. Matthew's aide gestured for her to enter. Inside, the general was standing by a large window, hands clasped behind his back. The rain had stopped, and sunlight spilled over the airfield outside. "You handled yourself well this morning," he said without turning around. "It's not often someone spots a mechanical flaw my senior officers miss." Lina swallowed. "Thank you, sir." He finally turned, eyes sharp but kind. "Tell me, how long have you been with the engineering division?" Her voice caught. 2 months, sir." He nodded thoughtfully. "You must have trained under Arden's supervision then. You carry yourself like him." She froze. "Sir." Matthews smiled faintly. "Commander Arden was one of our best. Analytical, quiet, saw things others overlooked. Reminds me of you." Lina's heart twisted. The weight of the truth was unbearable now. She opened her mouth to confess, but a sudden commotion outside interrupted. A mechanic burst into the office. "Sir, emergency on runway 2. The training jet's losing altitude, manual overrides jammed." Matthews didn't hesitate. "Get the emergency crew ready." He turned to Lina. "Commander, you're with me." Her breath caught. "Sir, now." They sprinted to the hangar. Through the open doors, she saw the small jet descending erratically, smoke trailing from its tail. A rookie pilot was trapped inside. The ground crew shouted instructions, but nothing was working. Lina's instincts took over. The stabilizer again, it's the same issue. She yelled, shut down the auxiliary intake before it locks. The technician hesitated. Are you sure? Do it, she commanded. They obeyed. Seconds later, the jet steadied and touched down roughly but safely. The rookie climbed out, pale but alive. The hangar erupted in cheers. Matthews turned to Lina, astonishment written across his face. How did you know that would work? She lowered her gaze. Because I've studied every design flaw in that model since the day I arrived, sir. I was never assigned to. I just wanted to learn. For a long moment, Matthews said nothing. Then his expression softened. You've got courage, Cadet Faris. Her breath caught. You knew. I had my suspicions when I saw the name tag. But I wanted to see what you'd do. He smiled. You've proven you don't need a commander's uniform to command respect. Tears blurred her vision as relief washed through her. That day, she walked back to her quarters not as an imposter, but as someone finally seen for who she truly was. And by sunset, a new uniform waited on her bunk, her own, bearing the title she'd earned, Lieutenant Lina Faris.